plus move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And now,
whoa!
whoops.
Whoa. Takes. Wow.
And
that was a bit of a Susan Pollock comment there.
so there is
so let's have a
little
look.
thing on F2, but how?
Okay, let's go in. Bishop takes F2. Let's try and use our brains for once. It's much easier using the engine, isn't it? But just for kicks, we can
just
try.
for kicks, use your brains.
So, if we go King H1, can we do King H1 there? How is that? King H1.
Well, then you take on G3, I guess.
And I go here. That's with a threat.
Yeah,
I'll give you a warning.
No,
I'll give you a fair warning.
Queen C3.
Queen C3. And now, interference.
How unfair.
But you can play Queen takes E1 check at the end of that, and that's not completely clear.
Well, so this has been played.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. So how is this? Takes here. Takes. It's not forced, by the way. Just playing around. Here. E5. And this looks dangerous because you're not mating anymore, and Bertrand the B pawn
might very well
create some threats. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. If queen back, knight H4. And then knight F5, and then suddenly the queen, the piece comes into the game. So that's very interesting. So perhaps he should play king H2. How are these things?
G5, well.
Bishop takes G3. And bishop takes G3. So if I take queen here, no, this should be no good. That doesn't look very good. I should be able to do better than that. That's not enough. There are some.
Yeah.
The knight H5. Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling a little bit.
What do the engines say?
I'd have to get the position up on a proper engine and analyze this.
Which may be a good moment to have a brief break and then come back and have a fresh look at everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Very interesting developments in Magnus Carlsen's game against Vladimir Kramnik, and the other games also seeing the tension mount. What's this? He has a very precarious position against Vladimir Kramnik. You think it's, objectively speaking, he's lost, Nigel?
Well, that's what the engines are telling me. I've had a look, and it's based on a not so easy tactic, actually.
But by playing Bishop F6, so he indicates that he has seen it? Or?
Yeah, I think so. The first point is that Bishop E3, this is like the most obvious move, runs into King takes H3, and after Queen takes Rook, then we have Queen G3 check and Queen G7 mate. So that's what. But a more tricky move actually is Bishop G4. And sorry, not this one, not Bishop G4. Bishop takes G2 is a much more tricky move. And the point is, if you take, you've got a draw by perpetual. If you take on G5, then of course this move is strong, and you can play here if nothing else. So this is good. But after Bishop takes G2, he actually has this move, which is not the easiest move to see. And after this, Black can just resign. He's just completely gone, because he covers the mate, and after Queen takes Queen, you take back with the King. Bishop takes Bishop allows Knight takes F6, winning a Rook, and if Bishop takes E4, obviously you just take, and with Knight F6 to come. Yeah. The game is over, and over without any practical chance remaining for Magnus Carlsen. So he is completely busted at this point. Which, if the game goes, what are the times actually?
Magnus is down. He's under 4 minutes now, and so he's in real trouble.
He's probably spotted the grim news.
Yeah.
And this, I must say, is quite extraordinary. This situation that we're in. I mean, who would have predicted that Magnus Carlsen would be in such terrible trouble? It looks like Queen H6 and Bishop F6 should be the right move, and that's it.
There's very little to stop that.
Yeah. No, he can't do that. Queen H6, Bishop G6. So he's got, but maybe D6 then, and D6.
You just walk to the other side.
D6 and D7, and you're mating actually. This is the point, that after here D6, Queen D4, actually you can just push.
Yeah, because if you take now, then there is.
You can give a check if you want. It won't make any difference. You take, and then Hakemat, as they say in Linare.
That's true.
And this is not difficult to see. These tactics, even a doddery old man can see. Oh, he's gone here, that's just desperation, because Queen takes Bishop.
Is enough. There is
not Bishop F6, because that loses to rook h4 check and mate.
Yeah. So a last trick, but Vladimir Kramnik has time enough. 12 minutes, that should do. And as you said, Nigel, a sensational situation. Magnus Carlsen, who we thought was going to have his,
have his cake and eat it? No. That's the English Brexiteers, isn't it? That's
the things you cannot achieve. Well, we thought this was the tournament where he was going to show the world finally again. I mean, how strong he is, and
after just sort of wobbling a little bit.
Not winning Wagense, not winning in Baden-Baden and Karlsruhe, or the other way around. It was high time for him to show his colleagues that he's still the absolute number one. Well, at the moment he seems to be fully in a crisis that prevents him from doing so. He's going to be on -2, which puts him in last place probably, or shared last place. A totally unexpected turn of events. And let's see. At some point, we hope that Magnus will find time, or will find the courage to join us and hopefully say something on the subject. But my guess is
some practical difficulties here, but not really. I mean, d6 is a good move. He's just disturbing him a little bit. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, to be honest. But only the fact that we haven't made the time control. I wouldn't just write it. I wouldn't write it off just yet. But I'd be very surprised if a player of the class, the quality of Vladimir Kramnik is going to screw this up.
Yeah. Well,
let's see what's going on in some of the other games.
Because Levin Aronyan's game was pretty spectacular.
Is it finished?
As his father and his second Peter Heine Nilse, they are rushing down to meet him.
Right.
And I don't think they're rushing down to drag him here. We'll see. But well, to begin with, let's see if he manages to say something in the studio of TV2.
Sure. And this position of Anand against Nakamura, I checking it actually with the engine. It says basically it's equal. It's going to end up in a draw. These positions, they can be won for either side. I should point out, Rook and 2 against Rook and 2, they're not on the same side.
No.
But it looks as if White will be able to stop the G pawn, but probably at the cost of losing his own pawn. So Rook C6. I'm just looking at
they will follow Bent Larsen's advice, as you quoted him several times,
and play to the
show the audience why this is a draw.
Why? So that would be nice. Nice to know exactly. Well, this is an extraordinary event. It suddenly exploded again, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've had rounds of extraordinary excitement,
Yeah, round 4 was...
Yeah, we had a dull round in round 5, but we've had... This is another...
Very nice.
Another explosion.
Which will bring us a new... Well, the old leader, Levin Aronian, will take the sole lead by... by winning his game against Sergei Kayakin. That's what we expect.
Yeah. And we I just have the briefest of looks. We're going to be joined by the tournament leader, Levon Aronian. I can just see him. I don't want to keep him waiting.
Nope.
But I just a quick comment that Wesley So has an extra pawn, but I doubt whether this will be sufficient to win the game. He's pressing a little bit, but that's about it. We briefly
go off air, set up,
and we'll be back in a minute or two.